I will now move on to deliver my President's Report for the 2020 year. For both OMSSA and its members, 2020 represented an extraordinary year. As the priorities of the Ontario government switched to focus on fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, our members admirably stepped up to support their communities through this challenging time. OMSSA moved quickly to prepare for unknown challenges and opportunities to ensure members needed were met and supported, and to further align and enhance human service delivery. We had our first 47 Leads meeting in March of 2020 with the Ontario Federation of Indigenous Friendship Centres. Our meeting with the OFIFC marks the beginning of a collaboration that will grow over time and allows members to learn and better understand lived Indigenous experiences to find ways to implement solutions locally in their own communities. Our partnership with the Association of Municipal Employment Services has grown. We have incorporated AIMS within the OMSSA structure, and it has become our Life Stabilization Committee, led by Michael Simon from the County of Wellington. Also, OMSSA and the province launched the Provincial Municipal Human Services Collaborative Table. This table is something OMSSA has asked for and is an opportunity to share information confidentially, provide input, and advocate directly to the province to receive buy-in on the rapid policy changes that come from Queen Park. We have a strong partner with the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services, MCCSS, and Deputy Minister Menard. The Deputy Minister has been instrumental in establishing this table and encouraging other ministries to come to the table. This has led to increased engagement with the Ministries of Municipal Affairs and Housing, Solicitor General, Health, Education, Labour, Training and Skills Development in Ontario Health. We're also directly engaged with the Ministry of the Solicitor General on their Corrections Early Release Program. While these achievements are worth celebrating, we know there is much more work to do. In 2019, the focus for OMSSA was to build organizational capacity and be nimble and more responsive to members. This past year really tested that ability, and I'm happy to say that we passed with flying colors. During the pandemic, OMSSA increased its communications with the membership, held frequent network and leadership table meetings, converted in-person educational programs to online platforms, supported members' transition to remote work, and transitioned conferences and forums to online virtual events. These undertakings allowed our operations to remain uninterrupted and sustainable so members could continue to learn and work to support clients during this unpredictable period without any face-to-face and in-person meetings. It also allows OMSSA to maintain its flexibility and its approach to a post-COVID world with a hybrid model for events. I would like to thank and recognize OMSSA's CMSMs and DSSABs for rising to the challenge, taking on new responsibilities in new areas, and sustaining support through 2020. This includes Ontario's work staff, who worked quickly to implement emergency income support program for those who needed it most. Community housing staff, who facilitated social distancing, provided increased cleaning and sanitation, and kept tenants in their communities safe. Homelessness service professionals, who set up and administered shelters, isolation centers, and accommodations to keep homeless populations safe. And childcare administrators and educators, who worked to ensure emergency childcare options were available for frontline and essential workers so they could continue their efforts to fight the pandemic. Across our sector, members answered the call with a level of dedication and skill that is unmatched. During this crisis, you took care of our communities and your own families, their needs and safety concerns, while ensuring that all programs continue to be delivered safely, effectively, and responsibly. I want to extend my sincerest thanks and appreciation to the OMSSA members and its staff for pulling together and keeping everything going during the pandemic with your dedication, professionalism, and compassion. I want to close my remarks and reflect on my time as OMSSA president. You'll hear more of this in Henry's report, but I want to thank our board for your support over the past 2 years as we have worked to get the organization to a financially strong and sustainable position after several difficult years. We now have a full complement of staff at OMSSA, and it is led by a strong executive director in Doug Ball. I want to thank OMSSA staff for your continued support and your efforts to ensure the membership has been able to succeed over the last year of the pandemic as we switch to a virtual world. I want to extend my sincere thanks and appreciation to OMSSA's members for your support during my presidency and for pulling together and rising to the challenges by becoming a virtual community and leaning on each other during the pandemic. I also want to say that it's nice to see so many members expressing their interest in running for position on OMSSA's board this year. As I transition to past president, I look forward to working with the new board as we continue to build on the important work that will continue after my presidency. Many new opportunities are on the horizon, including the concept of universal childcare, enhanced community housing initiative, and further human services integration and alignment. Please continue to support your board and the association as they work to develop strategies and positions representing your needs in the futures. As we begin to think about the post-COVID-19 world, your association will build on success of this past year to remain nimble and sustainable to meet all challenges and opportunities that will come in recovery. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.